The altercation caught the attention of a chubby-faced woman in the back of the line. Her strawberry blonde shag had matted unflatteringly to her forehead. Her pulse quickened, but she kept her affect blank. She didn't want to stand out, and she didn't want a trip to the back room for any kind of exam. She carried something so precious, so vital, that its discovery would ruin everything. Be cool. Ponytails taking the heat. Thank you, Jesus. She concealed her prize in a place she hoped no one would dare probe. Inside. Personal. Private. Besides, she knew the matron only groped because she got off on it. No one was looking for someone to take much of anything out of here. They mostly watched for contraband coming into the visiting room. The matron fixed her eyes on the strawberry blonde with the secret. Her eyes held her with unyielding grip. She waited a beat. "You can go," she said. The woman with the secret acknowledged the command and started walking in the direction of the lockers in which she had stored her coat and car keys before going under the arbor of razor wire through the gate to the visiting room. "Wait a minute," the matron said. It felt like her heart stopped beating. She was going to die, going to be caught. Adrenaline kicked her ticker back into play. She's going to take me in the back room. She's going to ruin everything. "Did you hear me?" She slowly turned. "Are you speaking to me?" "No, I'm talking to the man in the moon." She stared. Her heart bounced. Thump, thump, thump. "Get over here." She stepped back toward the matron. "You forgot your purse." Her hands were sweating now, so much so she thought the vinyl zippered purse would slip from her fingers. She reached for it and acknowledged the gesture with a quick smile. "Oh, thanks." Like others who had been around the matron, she faked a smile. The woman smiled, hers strangely genuine. "No problem, and you have a nice day." With that, the strawberry blonde hurried to the lockers. Soon she'd be home, and in time, destiny would come to pass. Book 1. The Eye of the Storm. Chapter 1. Monday, 5:36 p.m., Cherrystone, Washington. Emily Kenyon was thrashed, and she looked it. She pulled herself from her gold Honda Accord, picked up her purse, and walked toward the front door. She turned to view the end of Orchard Avenue. The neighborhood of vintage homes was safe, unscathed. Not a single fish-scale shingle from the 3-story painted lady across the street had been harmed. Not so much as a splinter. Emily could even hear kids playing a couple of doors down. Everything was as it had been. The only hint that the world had turned over was the slight scent of acrid smoke that wafted through the air. It was faint, but enough of a reminder that across town homes and cars had burned. It had been 2 days since the tornado pounced on a section of Briar Falls Estates 2 miles away. It came almost without warning, and left a jagged swath of destruction that stole the hard work of homeowners and gardeners in 10 minutes' time. Roofs had been peeled off, playsets and bicycles hurled into trees. There was no making sense of whose house had been spared and whose hadn't. Destruction reigned on the west side of Hawes Avenue, while the east side remained pristine. Across the street from a home that had been nearly ripped in two, a bird bath stood without a drop spilled over its chipped stone rim. No one died. It was true that an elderly lady who had holed up in her bathroom was in bad shape and had been hospitalized. Emily expected that the woman, in her 80s, would survive, despite her trauma. The lady was a retired junior high social studies teacher with a classroom assignment that indicated she was tougher than most. After all, if she could endure teenagers of the 1960s, she'd survive the tornado, too. Emily stepped into the foyer. As she set down her purse on an antique walnut console table, its contents shifted. Her detective's badge holder slipped out, along with a pink lipstick she wished she'd used up and could toss.